The Warder Grand Theater was built in 1887 on the northeast corner of 9th and Holmes Streets in downtown Kansas City. It was the largest and the grandest of all of the theaters in Kansas City at that time. George Warder, a lawyer and real estate investor who moved to Kansas City in 1878, wanted to build this theater in part to reflect his southern sympathies. Most northern migrants to Kansas City had settled in the western part of the city, while most southern migrants to the city had settled in the eastern portion. The Coates Opera House on Quality Hill at the west side of the city had been financed by philanthropists originally from New England, several of whom had fought for the North in the Civil War. The Gillis Theater, located downtown, catered to lower-class clientele. Warder wanted to give the Southerners on the east side their own cultural hub, and choosing the brother of John Wilkes Booth for the premiere made his declaration clear. Warder's eccentric political statement aside, most remembered the theater for the performers it attracted and the luxury it possessed. Warder intended it to outshine the other two theaters, in both size and luxury. Warder underestimated the cost of the theater. Instead of $150,000, the theater cost $350,000 to complete, causing his bankruptcy in 1890. The theater, later renamed the Auditorium Theater and rebuilt under new ownership after the fire in 1897, continued to attract leading performers in Kansas City until its demolition in 1960. Today, it stands as a parking lot at $3 an hour. Scheduled to star in the production of Othello on opening night was Edwin Booth, member of the most famous American acting family of the 19th century and brother of John Wilkes Booth, President Abraham Lincoln's assassin. Construction had fallen behind schedule, though, and the new theater was still lacking a heating system, seats, dressing rooms, complete stage flooring, and most notably, a roof. An unusually cold October greeted Booth upon his arrival in Kansas City, so the performance was postponed 2 days from the original date to allow workers to remove snow from the stage, install temporary seating, place portable heating devices below the stage, and put a tarp over the roof area. On October 26th, Othello finally premiered in front of a chilled capacity crowd, many of whom paid the then astronomical sum of $50 per ticket. Despite the distractions, Booth reportedly gave a rousing performance. Okay, Indy and I have now made it to the corner of 9th and Holmes Street in front of what was the largest and the grandest opera house of Kansas City. No, not that. That. The Warder Grand Opera House, which opened in October 26th of 1887 with 1,800 seats, was destroyed by fire in December 1897. It was rebuilt and reopened in 1899 and listed in the 1914 edition of American Motion Picture Directory, but closed by 1926. While it was reopened as a movie theater in 1927, it had closed by 1930 as a silent movie theater. In 1960, while under demolition, the building caught fire. Today, at the corner of East 9th Street and Holmes in Kansas City, Missouri, stands a parking lot with the rate of $3 per day. While there is nothing luxurious and grand about 9th and Holmes now, I wanted to bring opera back to the lot to remind it of the magnificence that once stood in this footprint.